Tell me about the podcast and what you guys are trying to do with this new venture.
So we wanted to, don't make fun of this, let our hair down a little bit. We just wanted to be able to talk about the Reds in a way that, it's not completely Red-centric. I mean, Brian, that's what he's so good about. He kind of can put this show together for, we've got our leadoff pitch and we've got, the stretch and we've got a five and dive, baseball related, type of segments of the show, which, he's great in putting together. We want to talk about the Reds for sure, at a time, but we want to mix in a story. Where are they? That's why if you guys have seen it on Valley Sports, I'll be wearing a goofy outfit, maybe some ski goggles, maybe a
cowboy hat,
maybe a cowboy hat,
some overalls,
an American flag overalls. So you never know what you're going to see when you tune in. But that's part of it, and that's centric to where they are. The ski goggles, they were in Denver. 4th of July, I was wearing the thing. I was wearing the stuff on the beach the other day. Brian was in the mountains. So you never know where you're going to find us, number one. But we wanted to talk about the Reds in more of a lighthearted way. Something where we don't have to break for commercial and something where we don't have to, necessarily read a sponsor, which we would if we happen to have one. Just throw that out there. And then tell a little bit of the story about, some of the olden days, my days a little bit. Talk about, what was the food like on the road, or what was, different cities we like to visit. So just talk about it a little lighter, have an opportunity to shed a little different light on what's going on out there rather than just the X's and O's of the game.
And show personality.
And some personality.
Because people love your personality.
And I appreciate that. I hope so. That's why, that's why you've been doing this for as long as you have, because for the same way, right? I mean, you can portray sport in such a way, with your own style. And this allows me a little bit more of probably my style to be able to do it on the podcast versus the show, which I feel like the show, we do a good job. I can still be a little bit loose, but not quite this much.
Well, here I am in a stuffy suit.
I just got
come in in a cowboy hat or some goggles or something.
I considered it. I didn't know what to wear. I wanted to look semi-professional.
You look great at all times.
I just came from work.
But that's it. He did. He just came off the set of Reds Live to come tape this segment. I would have loved if you would have come in the overalls or the ski hats,
believe me, I did wake up this morning thinking, all right, I'm going to go see Joe later.
Like, done that.
I was like, what would be fitting? What would be fitting for this? I didn't know what. I had my suit jacket, but I didn't want you to look that much better than me.
Well, someone's got to be overdressed. It's typically me. So the Dead Red Cincinnati podcast is part of the Believe Podcast Network.
Yep.
So let's finish with this.
Okay.
Let's finish with an I believe.
I believe.
Do you believe the Reds can make the playoffs, or at least
be more specific? You can't say can because I'm optimistic.
Okay.
Just ask me.
Sure. Will the Reds make the playoffs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm an optimist, but I'm going to be. I'm going to be honest. Like, not this current group. Now, tomorrow maybe they get or TJ's starting a rehab assignment. There's things that could get into place, and if you ask me in a week, I may give you a different answer. But today, obviously, they just came off a sweep of getting swept. So optimism's not as high as it's ever going to be, right? So right now you ask me that and I say no, and I hate to say that because I don't want the people of Cincinnati to give up, because I'm not giving up yet. Just because I don't think they will doesn't mean I'm mailing it in. So neither will those guys, because I believe in this team because I've been around them enough to know their character and know that they believe. Yeah. So that helps me believe a little bit more.
I believe you can never get enough Sam LeCure and Brian Ethan. So check out the podcast. If nothing else, just keep Valley Sports on after the Reds games, and you can see Sam right there doing the podcast on TV, which I think is a nice touch too.
I do too.
Sam, next time bring a cowboy hat or some ski goggles or some
I'll bring all three of them.
And we both can wear something,
yes,
okay? We'll both do it again a little bit later in the year. Maybe we'll talk about the playoffs. Sam LeCure, thanks, man.
I appreciate it, Joe. Thanks.